I am so tired. I'm so tired. I promised I was gonna make this video anyway, so, well, what do you know? I'm gonna make it anyway. So, I promised a YouTube Rewind review this year, so that's exactly what I am going to do today. So, YouTube Rewind. From last year that I said, I thought it was going to be worse than this year's. The truth is, it's somehow, some way, not the worst YouTube Rewind ever made. But the most disappointing fact is that it's fucking boring, to say the least. I mean, the last year's video was so bad that they completely scrapped the format and then just completely make something new out of it. For all the wrong reasons. So let's compare last year's to this year. Last year it was hilariously bad for all the wrong reasons, and it's so cringy that it was, so I had no choice but to call it bad because of how cringe it was. There were no positives about it with how YouTube is so out of touch with their creators since their SJW CEO Susan Wojcicki decided to be in charge in 2014, completely erased everything good about what YouTube was, and now this is where we are right now. Oh my god, I mean literally. So, last year's video was the most disliked YouTube video ever made, thanks to the Tank the Rewind hashtag that was produced by Emp Lemon 1 year earlier, regardless of the situation. But I think this rewind will break the record yet again for the #1 most disliked YouTube video, because right now it currently sits at 2 million dislikes in under a day. You love to see that. Well, let's just say this right here. So, YouTube said, we gave us something you didn't like, so we're giving you something completely different in the most lazy way possible. Isn't that glorious? That's absolutely glorious. How glorious. How they literally find the lamest idea possible for a rewind, since they used all their budget for last year's awful rewind and then have zero budget on this year's rewind, to say the least. It's so bad. It's really bad. That's all I can say. The only reason that is even at least more watchable than last year's was because it's not cringe, but it's fucking boring. Last year, so instead of actually trying to give us, so instead of YouTube actually learning from their mistakes, telling us what to improve on, instead, the whole rewind was nothing but a fucking Watch Mojo clone. Yes, you heard me. This whole YouTube rewind was nothing but statistics. Yeah, statistics control rewind now. Because that's what we all wanted, right? No, it doesn't. Oh my god, this is such a bad decision. I mean, what were they thinking with this? What were they thinking? Yes. Oh my god. You know, watching Watch Mojo's content is bad enough, but copying it, that makes it even worse, to say the least. To call it different than last year. And I mean, it's nothing but numbers. Well, hey, at least PewDiePie's in it, but that doesn't fucking matter now, because what I'm talking about today is what they added in the rewind. So, I can't see one fucking rewind without shitty K-pop music anyway, with all the weeaboes in the Go Anime community going apeshit over them. Because, of course, because every single Go Animator since 2017 have a shit taste in music, of course. Oh my god, it's so bad. It's so bad. Don't worry, that community is gonna die soon, so you won't have to worry about it. But here, it's beyond lazy. It's so bad. Because that's literally the only reason why I consider YouTube Rewind 2019 to be slightly better than last year's, is because it's not cringe. So, more about YouTube Rewind. So, remember KSI versus Logan Paul? Where you're not going to get that because we're going to add James Charles instead, who was involved in controversy. Incredible. That makes perfect sense how you didn't add Logan Paul last year because of him being involved in controversy that won't end. You're deciding that now you're going to add James Charles in there. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? And the fact that the Paul brothers haven't been relevant for an entire year and that their YouTube careers are dying makes it pretty accurate why they're not going to be on here anymore. So yeah. Oh, what about PewDiePie versus T-Series? No mention of that. Well, of fucking course they had T-Series because they love to play favorites. Because they only got these subs because they forced their employees to sub them, and they got fake subscribers, fake views from illegal sites, which I saw from a video that I saw earlier this year. I saw a video where they show ads on an illegal movie site, right, that makes them paid for views. I think that sells it right there. Yay. So yeah. It's better. It would have been better if there was no YouTube Rewind last year after the disaster of last year had. It was so bad last year, and I'm not even going to say the same shit again. So basically, if they didn't change anything and made it worse this year, what I would originally would have done was re-download last year's YouTube Rewind review and just repost it. Because it looked like, because to me, I thought it was going to be the exact same thing. Because how they first advertise, how YouTube's Twitter literally advertises YouTube Rewind was a dead meme from a year ago. That's when I knew was going to be bad, but I did not expect this. And because of how lazy YouTube was, and how they copied Watch Mojo actually responded to this video. And they actually fixed the whole situation. They literally responded to this. Something that they never done before. I could literally show you this right now. Yes, you are witnessing it. Watch Mojo actually is responding to YouTube's YouTube Rewind. Literally that. One of the worst channels actually responded with a much accurate rewind with more details. Yeah, pretty much. I'm running out of time here, so this is my honest conclusion on this. So overall, the rewind was shit, but it's somehow not as bad as last year, which was a fucking miracle to say the least. So, all I can say right here is that's pretty much my review right there. Because if it had the same formula as last year, I would have talked about it a little more. So, alright. That's pretty much my review right there. I'll see you all later.